This particular video is going to be all about the follow-on from the last video, which was about C-Log and Cinestyle. So hello everybody and welcome to IR Photo Tours, where I'm going to show you a very simple way of loading C-Log and Cinestyle onto your camera. As a Canon user, any Canon mirrorless or DSLR camera. And we're going to show you how to go about color grading. Intro, what do you think? Better? Much better, it's got to be, isn't it? I'm going to show you how I made that one day. It took me a day to make. There was a fair process in it because I was trying to be creative and really getting the finer details in there and learning a lot about not using templates but making your own individual intro. Let me know in the comments below whether you think it's good, whether you think it's bad, whether I could perfect it in any way. Okay, let's get on. C-Log, how are we going to install it into the M6 Mark II or any Canon camera for that matter? And why would you want to? So let's start at the start, shall we? What is C-Log? What is Cinestyle? Well, Cinestyle and C-Log are two very similar formats, and what they are and what I like to relate to them as is a kind of raw file. So if you're shooting in RAW on your camera, then you are shooting in RAW for the reason that you want to get your highlights and shadows working really well. What it is and what C-Log is a video format that is basically a very flat style image when you look at it. And what it does is it basically looks pretty much like this. So I'm shooting today primarily in Cinestyle. Now you saw the other video, you could see all the differences there. And as you can see, you know, all the colours on me at the moment. Let me get back a bit. You can see me a bit more clearly. And you know, all these lovely colours, the green screen, everything. It's all, and the skin tones, they're all colours that you can correct. Please don't criticise on my colour grading because I am still learning. This is very new to me. Now I'm going to show you how I colour grade in this video as well, and it's just going to be a simple colour grade. It's a nice simple colour grade. We'll be using Final Cut Pro X for this. What we're going to do now is we're going to load C-Log and Cinestyle up into your camera, okay? And this is how we're going to do it. If you want to download the C-Log or Cinestyle, look at the links below and upload them from there. So next step we're going to do is to load Cinestyle or C-Log into your camera, okay? And this is how you do it. So you type into Google your camera name, which is the Canon M6 Mark II, and followed by EOS utility, or it will take you onto the Google site where, with any luck, there are EOS M6 Mark II Canon UK utility. So we go onto that. Take a little while to load up, and there you go. So that is it, you see. So now you're on your utilities page on Canon, and as you can see, you've got the Canon EOS M6 Mark II. You're on Canon's site there, and if you go down to the bottom, it tells you what your operating system is automatically, which is pretty amazing. Available drivers, none. Software, okay, so we go on to software. EOS utilities, there you go. So that's what you want, EOS utilities. Check for available downloads. So go down to there, gives you your utility, full version, EOS utility 3.12.1 for Mac OS, which is what I have, and then I'll go to download. Now I've downloaded it already, so I'm not going to go through all that process. So once you've downloaded Canon utility, you come off that, and then we go to the next section. Okay, so once we've loaded EOS utility onto our screen, we then open it. So what you're going to do is go onto your EOS utility 3, which is what you have here, and we are going to go to camera settings, register picture style file, and in here you'll have user defined 1, defined 2 and defined 3. Now these are all your standard profiles in your camera, and what you do is basically go to this tab here, click on it, and then you can go to the file. I then pick them from downloads, and I have the C-Log 3 files here and the Cinlog as well. If you go down onto your downloads and you go to Technicolor Cinestyle V1.0, and then you click on that, you will come to this section here. So you click on the file here, which is the Technicolor Cinestyle V10.pf2, and you open that, and voila, you should have in your user-defined profiles Cinestyle added to your color profiles on your video. So press OK, and that is the profile installed into your camera. Once we've done that, we go out, we do some footage, or we stay in the studio and do some footage as I am right now, and have a little play. Once we've got that done, we are now going to go ahead and edit our lovely little videos. And what we're going to do, we're going to go into Final Cut Pro, and what we're going to do is just click on it and go into new project, and we're going to call this color grading, and it's basically color grading in 4K. So press OK. So let's just find something that we have. C-Log profiles, there we go. And what we're going to do is just drag one of those straight onto there. So as you can see, well, this is a test between the Cin. So as you can see, well, we'll turn the volume down a bit, shall we? So this is Cinestyle, and this is what you get, a very, very flat profile. I'm only using this one clip, but if you're using many clips, you can go to titles here and go to the adjustment layer, and you can put an adjustment layer over all of your clips, like so, and you can use your adjustment layer to put your letterbox in, your color boards in, and all that sort of thing. So that's just another thing. So I'm not going to digress onto that because that's just not what I'm doing here. So anyway, we can do that if there's more than one clip, that's all I'm saying. What we're going to do now is color grade this. So we'll just get rid of that because we don't need it for this particular scenario. And what we're going to do is go on to color, and we're on our color and exposure here, and we've also got our graph up here, so we know that everything is crushed there. Okay, so all the colors, all the dynamic range is crushed. All the information is in this file. So that's the thing to be aware of. So it's all crushed in between 50 and 10. Exposure is what we're heading for. Now this one here is your master one, which obviously that just does the brights or the dark. So your shadows you bring down to 0 or close to 0, and you can see that's getting dark. And then what you do, you bring your highlights up all the way up to near 100, just come down a little bit because, yeah, that's about right. And then mid-tones, I would probably bring up just a frazzle. Just a frazzle. No, actually, I'd probably about there actually. And then once you've done your highlights, you'll note that the graph here is shot up a little bit. So you've got to spread the dynamic range out a little bit more. So just bring your darks in a bit more. I'm getting happier with that. Yeah, I'm getting happy with that. Now, like I said, I'm no expert on colour grading, but I am learning an awful lot, and it is really good fun. We're going on to saturation now, and these are individual as well. So obviously you got your shadows, your midtones and your highlights. And what we want to do is get the shadows up, and the shadows would be something like way up there actually, really, just to start with. So that, as you can see with the graph here, the greens are popping now. So you can see where the greens are. This orange, you can see where that is as well. That's my jumper there. So that kind of works. And then of course, your mid-tones, well, your mid-tones tend to be your skin really. So as you can see, skin can get very red. So you've got to be a little bit careful not to go too mad on the mid-tones. And as you can see, again, the graphs are showing that they're within the parameters there. And then of course, your highlights, which tend to be quite a lot actually, because it's been crushed. The highlights tend to be more so than anything else. So you can, when you hit on the highlights, that tends to really bump the colour up a lot in all the highlights. Mid-tones, as I say, you can see where the mid-tones are going. So you know, once you get your highlights right, you probably bring that down a touch. And personally speaking, I think that's not bad at all. If we go to the main bulk now and the main colour and slide that up, you can see that you can really saturate the colour now. From what I'm going to do is just do half and half here, so you can see the differences. So going from nothing, really crushed, as you can see the graph there is completely crushed. It's not very pretty at all. And going from that, we go to voila. I suppose that could be a little bit quicker, couldn't it? Hope you're not falling asleep. But there you go, that's what you get. So if you want a bit more contrast in that, then you can go back to your exposure and you can just bring the shadows down a bit more. But I'll be a little bit aware of that. I wouldn't be going too mad, but that's quite nice, that's quite nice. Yeah. So this is how I colour grade. Thank you very much for watching, guys and girls, and I hope you've learnt a little bit about colour grading and how you can install C-Log or Cinestyle onto any Canon mirrorless camera. And if you like it, please subscribe. Please hit that bell notification, and anything else that I come up with, I'll be putting it out there. It's nice to be able to colour grade and get your footage just that little bit better. Thank you very much. And it's been a lovely old job.